Hello! I am Alaskan Nymph and I am playing with genetic animals again. I started a new world in version 1.20 because my old one was getting a bit too laggy to use. Hi sheeps! This time around I'm going to be extra careful about how many entities I have out and about, and I've installed a mod called Get in the Bucket that lets me store entities in buckets, which will help with the lag a lot. If you've been keeping up with my shorts, you'll know that I went straight to playing with chickens. Since releasing those two shorts, I have learned that the eye color I was after is known as the pearl eye. It's a real thing in real chickens, as is almost everything in this mod. So I got my pearl-eyed chickens, and I have my naked chickens. What is next, you ask? Well, I was looking through the things in the genetic animals mod. There are a billion egg colors, and I noticed we have these dark raw chickens and cooked chickens. These are also a thing in real life. It comes from chickens affected by fibromelanism, as in extreme melanin production only in the soft tissues. With this new information, I thought it would be really cool to make a fibromelanistic, like this hen right here, naked chicken, so that the whole body would be a beautiful dark black color. It's a pretty simple idea, really. Take some naked chickens, take some fibromelanistic chickens, have them have chicks, and ta-da! You've got a naked fibromelanistic chicken. The thing is, I don't really know anything about chicken breeding. I know, shocking. So, I enlisted the help of someone who does, who I met on the Genetic Animals Discord server. I would like you to meet Lulu, the chicken master. Lulu took me adventuring to a savanna biome where we were able to find that fibromelanistic hen, and then she assisted me in breeding to create some fibro scaleless chickens. Fibro as in short for fibromelanosis, and scaleless is the better way to describe naked chickens, as they also don't have scales on their legs. It didn't take us too incredibly long to find some fibromelanosis chickens in the savannah, and the tricky thing about fibro is that it can show up like this, perfectly dark. That means it has two copies of the gene, or it can just have one copy and be a slightly darker color. So here is one copy of fibro, and here is two copies of fibro in a pretty similar chicken. But while fibro will display whether you have one or two copies, the scaleless gene is just plain old recessive. So it took 2 generations to get these guys right behind me. I created 2 different flocks that could have one copy of scaleless and one copy of fibro in an attempt to not make the gene pool any smaller than it already was. One of these flocks also inherited the pearl eyes, so that's pretty cool. And by combining those 2 flocks, we get all of these. Some of them are scaleless, some of them have fibro, and some of them are scaleless and fibro. So I would say I was very successful. Let's take a look at these guys, shall we? Here are my scaleless chickens with fibromelanosis. Very, very cool. And while I was over here worrying about gene pools in the pixel game, Lulu was making some even cooler fibro-scaleless ones with pearl eyes. Check these guys out. Super cool looking. As you can see, the males have a slight red tinge to them, where the females are mostly just brown. This is because in real life, when chickens age, hormones will cause their skin to change color, and the males get pretty bright red. You can also see that over here, where the male with one copy of fibro is definitely a lot redder than the females with one copy of fibro. I have one more thing I'd like to do, and that is make a batch of guaranteed scaleless fibro chickens. Well, they're not going to be guaranteed that they're fibro because these guys only have one copy each, but I just want a bunch of little baby naked chickens because they're really funny. And I've changed the config of the mod so that when you throw an egg, it's guaranteed a baby will hatch. I also made them grow much faster. And now, the final flock of the video is complete. Please observe my wonderful flock of scaleless chickens, some of whom have heterozygous fibromelanosis, and some of whom have homozygous fibromelanosis. That's a mouthful, but that's what they are. You might have also noticed another gene made itself known in my final flock of the video, and that is white earlobes. And the cool thing about white earlobes in fibro chickens is that they turn kind of blue. And with one copy of fibro, they turn light blue. And with 2 copies of fibro, as this guy is so helpfully demonstrating, they turn pretty strikingly blue. So that is a very cool way to end off the video. Hi, can you not phase through each other? Thank you. Thank you for joining me on my naked chicken adventure. Thank you very much to Lulu from the Genetic Animals Discord for her help with good breeding setups and finding the fibro chickens in the first place. And of course, for the fabulous pearl-eyed homozygous fibro chickens. That is all for now. I will inevitably find another thing to obsess over. It might actually be the blue earlobes. So thank you for watching. Maybe you learned something. I learned several things. And hopefully, I will see you again. Subscribe for chickens? Maybe? I don't know. Bye! B-roll if you throwing eggs at chickens.
You know what? B-roll this.